Why does Donald Trump support Israel but not Ukraine? They're both our allies. They both invest heavily in the United States. They both only have good things to say about the United States. They're both really expensive wars, and yet when it comes to Israel, he's talking about putting more money into the war, but also people. We're literally talking about going and invading and conquering Gaza, whereas Ukraine is under attack by what is one of our enemies for a long period of time. They're fighting and dying to protect their own country, and they're our ally, and yet he seems to be saying, no, you're kind of on your own on this one. So what's going on? Why the difference? Well, I think there's two reasons. One, Donald Trump really likes to back a winner. He views it as if he backs you and you win, that reflects well on him and his brand. But if you lose, you've made him look bad. So right now, Israel is winning their war. And so he can say, look, we supported you. We won that war. We're part of it. In fact, we deserve part of it, i.e. Gaza. Whereas Ukraine is slowly but surely having to cede territory to Russia because it's a war of attrition, and Russia has a lot more of its own soldiers to sacrifice in order to try and conquer Ukraine. So if Ukraine loses and the United States backed it, Trump will view it as making him look bad. Well, the other reason is very, very scary. Trump recently was quoted talking about Hamas saying, well, you know who the bullies are? Bullies are the weaker people. Well, that's kind of a weird statement when you think about it, because often bullies are usually like the stronger person on the playground, but it could be very insightful. It could be very smart. Well, but the bullies are like emotionally weaker. Like they have clearly a lot of self-doubt and self-hate to be doing what they're doing. But it's revealing about Trump because Donald Trump himself has often been accused of being a bully, right? And you can see it, the way that he talks to other people, the way he's using tariffs to push around our own allies. He's been accused of being a bully. And I think he's revealing how bullies think. What do I mean? Well, think about it. You're there on the playground. The bully is bullying all of the other kids, and they band together and they beat up the bully. Well, the bully isn't going to say, well, you know, that was fair. I get that. He's going to say, that's not fair. You all got together. It's not a fair fight. Or if one of the kids goes and reports the bully to the teacher, well, that's not fair. You're just a whiner, right? Stuff like that. And so bullies, in other words, don't like it when other people find ways to overcome them in ways that they feel aren't fair, whether through like their intellect or working together. And I find that very scary, because what that means is that explains like why he doesn't like Europe, because Europe is nations kind of coming together to work together to stop Russian aggression. He only respects it when like you by yourself are the strongest nation or the strongest person and you're able to overcome. Well, the problem is what is it when a bunch of people come together to make decisions? Well, that's a democracy. Like when a bunch of people come together in order to say, no, we don't want a dictator. We don't just want one strong person. We're going to work together to make it work. That's a democracy. And so what he's in effect saying is he actually doesn't respect democracy.